All October long, I'm making recipes from the Death for Dinner Cookbook, which is a plant-based horror-themed cookbook. And for day 18, I made Children of the Hominy, inspired by Children of the Corn. So the first step is to add 5 cups of vegetable broth to a big pot, bigger than mine. Mine wasn't big enough, apparently. And then we add a whole yellow onion quartered, 4 garlic cloves, 2 bay leaves, 1 teaspoon of whole cloves, 1 teaspoon of cumin seeds, 140 grams of shiitake mushrooms, and it also calls for 3 cans of jackfruit. I could not find jackfruit anywhere. My Trader Joe's used to carry it. It doesn't anymore, so I just decided to use seitan chicken from a local family-owned vegan restaurant. I like this better than jackfruit anyways, and since it's already cooked, I'm just going to add it at the end. But then I added the 5 quarts of water. I let that come to a boil, and then I added the lid, and it's time to let this simmer on low heat for an hour. While our broth is still simmering, we're going to add 2 chiles guajillos, 3 chiles de árbol, and 2 chiles anchos to a bowl. And we're going to cover that with about 2 cups of boiling water. All of these are de-seeded and de-stemmed, by the way, and rinsed. But we're going to rehydrate these for about 30 minutes until they're nice and soft. Then we're going to add them to a blender with about a 1/4 cup to a 1/2 cup of its soaking liquid. I had to use about 1/2 cup. Then we're just going to blend this until it's a paste or like a chile puree. Then we're going to add that to our broth that has simmered for an hour. I like to just add some broth and swirl it around, make sure we're getting all of that chile in there. And now that it's got some beautiful color and flavor, it's time to add our 45 ounces of drained and rinsed hominy. My pot was obviously way too small and it was overflowing, so I took a little bit of broth out and then I covered it up, and now it's time to let this simmer again for another hour. Mine ended up going longer because I got busy, but the longer the better with pozole, honestly. Now it's time to fish out all of the aromatics, so our onions, our bay leaves, the cloves, the garlic. So obviously this is not my pozole recipe. I'm just following a cookbook here, but this makes me so excited to share mine. But anyways, I added my seitan chicken and I'm going to let that simmer while I cut up my toppings, get those ready, and it's finally time to serve and eat. We're going to add the pozole to our bowl, then we're going to top it off with some diced red onion, some radishes, some thinly sliced avocado, and some cilantro. And our bowl of Children of the Hominy is ready. And while this is not my pozole, it definitely has my stamp of approval. It was delicious.